Okay, we are live, everybody. My name is Bahzad.
My name is Risa.
And she is the First Lady of Raw Denim. I am El Presidente of Raw Denim. Welcome to the Naked Famous Denim live stream. The greatest live stream in all of internet history. You guys have made the right choice. You've made the correct choice in joining us here. To be fair, what other choice is there? This is the place to be. We're broadcasting live from Yokohama, Japan, the intergalactic space planetary headquarters of Naked Famous Denim. We're here to talk about raw denim jeans, fashion culture, snack time, jerk customers. You name it, you're going to hear about it. But you know how you're going to learn absolutely everything?
By watching it all the way
to the end of the video. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Risa's gonna get us started off with the specs in another video. But today, guys, I have that intro like that.
I mean, we do it so many times.
We do it so many times, and anytime I try to do another one, I just screw it up for 10, 15 minutes, and I'm like, screw it. We're going back to the original. I just can't get out of that one. Hopefully you enjoy that little intro that I do. But if you do find it repetitive and boring.
Well, it's like an equivalent of a jingle, you know? Everybody's also like, repeating it in their heads.
I wonder how many people can do it. Hey everybody, my name is Bahzad. Yeah, it's great. Good day, everyone. All right, let's check in with the chat. Let's see where everybody is tuning in from. And then we're going to get into today's topics because we've got a bunch. We've got a bunch of good ones. It's good to see everybody here. BD, the producer, is in the house. He says, good day, folks. A good day to you. A good day to everybody. It's a nice Canadian greeting. I'm going to start using it.
Yeah. So we also brought up a question about greetings, right? Right before the stream.
Indeed.
So when you say good evening, that's like saying hello.
Yes.
It's a greeting for nighttime or evening time. But when you say good night, that just means you're going to bed.
Or bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
But it's like, why is that? Evening and night are the same.
I don't know. But if you do know, in the chat, we want to hear your thoughts on good evening versus good night and why one is a greeting and one is a farewell. Let's hear about it. But before we get into that one, let's check in with that chat. BD, good day, folks. Trying to break in the 15th anniversary weird guy. This jean is wild. Checking in from the Niagara region. Good to see you, my friend. A lot of people got their 15-year anniversary jeans this week. I started seeing those pop up on Instagram. I hope you are enjoying them. And I see there's a good question in the chat that we're going to get into. Jap27 writes, getting mine tomorrow in True Guy BD. I can't wait. Well, I'm looking forward to you getting your pair in the mail. P. Poo, all right, both. Need a Naked and Famous Denim archive that shows the past releases. I need to know. There is an archive of sorts on nakedfamousdenim.com. If you go to the news section, there is information about pretty much every release in modern history, but not in the old history. It'll take a while before we get to do that. We just don't have the manpower. But at some point, we need an archivist. I think there's somebody in the chat that would like to have that job one day. David Reyes says, what's up? What's up, my friend? Johnny Crumhorn is in the house. Snuff Spoon checking in from the biggest little city in the world.
Reno,
Nevada. That's it. Reno, Nevada. Doing some sashiko. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun on a Friday evening. You know where I learned about Reno, Nevada?
Reno 911?
No. Although that is a great television show. There was a movie called The Wizard, and one of the girls was the girl character. I don't remember her name now, but if you do know, put it in the chat. She was from Reno, Nevada, and I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting. Okay, Jordan, hi from Picton. I'm assuming Picton, Ontario, wearing my double dirty fades. Hope everyone had a good week. Well, we hope you had a good week too, Jordan. MIJ Fades, what's up, everybody? New Jersey here. 15-year anniversary is pair is something sexy. Question for those who got them. Does your coin pocket have a Canadian or Japanese hidden Selvedge line? That is a good question. You asked, right, which part of the Selvedge ID appeared on your coin pocket? Because you messaged me and you were like, was this on purpose? Not on purpose at all. I actually never even considered that your coin pocket might be different from one another, but of course it makes sense because we have to use the Selvedge ID, and on a typical jean the edges are the same, but on this one, because they're different, which edge do you get? It'll make a difference. Maybe in terms of in the future, 100 years from now, when we're a mega global corporation. In fact, we're probably the last remaining company in the world, and we've taken over everything. Food, clothing, you name it, telecom. It's just Naked and Famous. People will look back to that pair and the rarity and the value of that is gonna.
Which one is more common?
Yeah.
Which one's rarer?
Who knows? But if you are watching this from the future, I do appreciate you worshiping at the altar of jeans. It's really nice. Really nice of you to do that. We won't be an evil corporation, though. No. A friendly one.
I feel like nobody in the chat currently are going to be alive by then.
Oh, we will. Naked and Famous will. We're our research and development department. Not only do we research and develop new, interesting, and innovative fabrics, but we're also on the cutting edge of technology and human preservation. Currently, yeah, yeah. We're an impressive company. I forget which company it was. Oh yeah, it was like a textile company that we were dealing with here in Japan, and they had like an aerospace division.
Well, it's not a textile company. It's just
it's a trading company. Yeah, they do a lot of different things. And we had some meeting with them, and they gave us here's our company breakdown, and here's the textile division, and what percentage of sales they do, and on that same sheet it was aerospace, and I'm like, hold on a second, I could buy denim from you, and I could buy a rocket ship. That's impressive. All right. Chen Yipso, good to see you, my friend. I'm still waiting for my 15th anniversary pair to arrive. Got them hemmed, so it takes a little bit longer. That is true. Hemming does take a little bit longer, but I hope they reach you very soon. Oh man, the chat is getting way ahead of me. Arif, hi from Chicago. Good to see you, my friend. Risa B5, hello from Birmingham, UK. Juan Puedo, what's up? Checking in from Greenfield, California. Van Deen, shout out from Epsom, UK. Good to see you. Clobber online. Word up, word down, my friend. And Sans Moon Leather, tuning in from Pensacola, Florida.
Nice.
Pensacola, home of Roman Reigns, the current WWE champion.
All right.
Yep.
Good to know.
That's what I know about Pensacola, Florida, and Roman Reigns. Kevin Gill, let's go. Waiting in front of my door patiently for my King of Slub 18 ounce. I entered the Indigo Invitational for my first time, and I can't wait to put those bad boys to work.
King of Slub or 18 ounce?
Yeah.
Because King of Slub is 23.
23 ounce, and there was an 18 ounce big slub, so you might have got the two confused, or maybe you got them both, and you're just excited for both pairs. Well, either way, those are great contenders for the Indigo Invitational.
Yeah. It'll start in the new year.
Starts in the new year. That's it. Lars Johansson checking in from Stockholm, Sweden, wearing my newly purchased Sumi ink coated Selvedge, which I love. Thank you so much, Lars. We appreciate it, especially from Stockholm, Sweden, home of another nude-based denim brand. But you chose the correct one, Lars. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. KMX tuning in from Calgary, Alberta. Loving the snowy True Guys, but I feel like I should have sized down one as they are a lot more room in the rump than I expected. Don't you worry, my friend. If you're anything like me, don't be like me. You might grow into them. I was trying on some of my other jeans this week because my dirty fades were in the wash. And, nothing quite fits. I have a whole pile of jeans, and it's just kind of funny because I have a stack where it's Here's some brand new jeans that I might have worn a handful of times. Size super guy, size 30. Weird guy, size 30.
Yeah, to be fair though, it's been a while since we switched to 32 for samples.
That's true.
And we skipped 31 to be fair.
Right. No, I have a pair, my Groovy Guy Natural Indigo Selvedge, those are 31s. And like I put them on yesterday and I can get like 2 of the fly buttons done. I'm like, they're fine if this is acceptable to wear. You know, if I could walk out of the house in just this, great. But no. A little room goes a long way. I have to say that I might even jump into like a 33, 34. Just, not that I'm getting that big, but I want the extra room. I'm just fully embracing lots of room.
Yeah, and it just looks different. Like, you know, you tend to like things a little baggier.
Yeah.
So it's just a different way of wearing jeans.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna scroll down to the bottom. But if I missed ya, I still love you. And if it's an important question, throw it into the chat again. We will try to get back to ya. BD writes, Vinny is in the house, I see. Well, if Vinny is here, good to see you, my friend. BD writes, at Zaro. Zaro's in the house somewhere. There he is. I see it. Good to see you. Okay. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. There's some little sub-conversations going on in there. Michael Martin writes, Naked and Famous R&D has the most cutting-edge technology in the industry. You got that right. So in the future, there will be a Bahzad and Risa patch. Maybe. We'll be posing.
Wearing clothes.
Clothed. Yeah, the nude one, you guys can't afford it. No. Michael Martin, top of the evening from Santa Cruz, California. I just got home from work and my 15th anniversary weird guy is waiting on the porch. That's what I'm talking about. Well, isn't that the perfect gift to receive right before the live stream? Nicholas Vilpu writes, taking over Taco Bell. Because of course, Taco Bell won the restaurant wars in Demolition Day. They are the only remaining company out there. But in Demolition Day 2, which they haven't filmed yet, Naked Famous Denim takes over. We rise up.
Yeah. What kind of food do we serve?
I don't know, but 3 seashells. The 3 seashells. If you guys know about the 3 seashells, hit the like button, because I think it's an important thing to know about. And if you don't know how to use the 3 seashells, come on. This guy just know how to use the 3 seashells? What are we talking about here? All right. Okay, back to the chat. Pedro writes, haven't voiced this in a while, but psst, broken. Elephant. Psst, K, thanks. Wink, wink. Pedro, that's okay. You can psst and wink, wink all you want. It'll eventually happen. Just give us time. Give me time. Hackers. Remember that movie? Just give me time. Kate Libby. He's not in this class. I said give me time. Joy Decay. Naked Famous is the only raw denim company that makes a high enough rise for me. Well, I'm glad that you feel that way. I'm not going to take full credit for that. I'm sure there are some others out there, but to be fair, who cares about those other ones out there? Naked Famous Denim all day, every day. BD writes, Bahzad and Risa, if you could swap out for a patch right now, which one would you both choose from the custom options? Great question. Let's head over to Tate and Yoko right now, and let's see what we can do here, because why is it not working for me? There we go. Let's go to the custom leather patches on Tate and Yoko and see what custom options we have to pick from, and let's see what is the right one to go with. So, if you guys don't know already, on Tate and Yoko, we do a custom patch alteration for you. So if there's the jean that you like or a jean that you're picking up but you prefer a different leather patch, We've got a variety of patches to choose from, a variety of different designs. We've got the Brute design if you want a hulking macho man on the back of your jeans. If you want a more minimalistic leather patch, we've got an option for you there as well. So we do it in a bunch of different fine leather options for you. My go-to is almost always the natural veg tan. I love this leather patch. I love the way it ages. But there are some beautiful ones in here. The blue pull-up is quite nice. But I say that this is very dependent on the fabric. But to be fair, we make a lot of blue jeans. So blue jeans, blue leather patch makes a great combination. Wow. That is, nobody ever asked me that question before.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Shell cordovan is definitely going to be up there. Those are sold out. We gotta see if we can get some more of that.
It's been sold out for a while.
Yeah.
We should add more colors to it also.
Right. Ooh, this one's also a very beautiful patch. The thick bison leather patch.
Ooh, so nice.
It is a thick boy. It's like a little steak over here. I'm gonna go with this one. Tragic blonde, tan, thick bison.
I think I'm gonna go with. I have to go with Brute because I'm
go
a
with Brute.
woman, and
Yeah.
it's just who doesn't want that on there?
Well, I mean, it is modeled after a certain somebody, as you guys could tell. I do have big muscles like that. Which one? 10 ounce veg tan?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with veg tan because I actually have never had a jeans with natural veg tan leather patch.
Right.
We really don't use that for women's actually. But
Okay.
I would like to age that thing.
Yeah, that's gonna look good. All right, so there you go. Those are some of our picks there for you. Which ones would you like? Venomous Teddy says green pull-up. That is a nice one to pick. Chris Griffin, I have the blue pull-up on my Kiko. I love it. That is a good combination. That Kiko with the blue pull-up. Great choice there. Pedro writes, I completely forgot about the Brute patch. Man, too many jeans on my plate. Tell me about it. That is most of the people in this chat. I can tell you that much. We love our jeans, and we've probably got a stack at home that is desperately wanting to be worn. And I hope you do get to wear each and every one of your pairs that you own. Remember, you can only wear one pair at a time. So
that might not be true.
you can wear multiple pairs at a time. Might be uncomfortable, but
You just need to,
just pace yourselves. I know there's a collector mentality out there. I get it. That's different. If you're a collector, you're a collector. That's just the way your mind works. But if you're trying to build a wardrobe, pace yourself a little bit, right? If you miss something one season, trust me, there will be more special options for you next season. Sometimes, there's just something whenever I see a big stack of unworn jeans, I think, I hope you wear those jeans. I want to see them faded. I want to see them worn. And that's one thing I love about the Indigo Invitational, is that it does encourage us to wear and fade our jeans. That was one of the things that sparked off the contest in the first place. It was the founders seeing online all these brand new pickup photos. Oh, my new pickup. Here's my new fit. Here's my pickup. But not enough faded photos. So the Indigo Invitational encourage us to wear and fade our jeans and post photos of them so that we can all enjoy the greatness of the fading of all of this denim that we enjoy so much. So for those joining this year, we will support you. We will win. This is the year of Naked and Famous.
Yeah.
That's
collectively.
Yeah, collectively. We're gonna win. We're taking home the cup. It's coming home to Canada, baby. And that's all I can say about that. Am I participating this year? I don't know. I don't think so, because I put on my dirty fades like a couple months ago, and I just want to wear these out. And if I put on another pair of jeans, it means that these jeans are going to get worn. I'm sticking to this pair. Maybe next year. I did join 2 years in a row, but I will support all of you guys in your efforts in battle.
Yeah.
To win this one.
I don't have any new jeans. I haven't worn.
Oh, no?
No.
All right.
So
Maybe.
I'm just gonna...
We had one of our customers message us that they're entering with the left-hand twill overalls, Casa Denim in Mexico City. So they're entering the contest. Andreas, lovely guy, and a pair of overalls. You don't see that in the Indigo Invitational very often, so I'm going to be rooting for him big time.
Yeah.
Liz writes, is the Pagoda the last release of the year? Pagoda is the last new release of the year, though I'm going to tell you now, if we get enough right this weekend, our good man Tristan at Tate Nyoko, he's got a pile of jeans to measure. And it's some core additions to True Guy, and whatever he can measure over the weekend, because we just got in a bunch. Whatever he can measure over the weekend, we're going to release next Friday. So wait for Monday. If we're going to see what is going to be released based on what has been completed. I'll send out an email. Those will be available on Friday, but it's going to be a bunch of core stuff. So it's fabrics that you already know, but it will be available for the first time in True Guy as we start to roll out all of the True Guy core options. And additionally, on Monday, we will release the Spring-Summer 24 video. So Spring-Summer 24 preview video, you'll see that on Monday. So there'll be some things happening on Monday. Even though today is Friday, we're going to get through this stream. And then you'll have something to look forward to on Monday. Our usual schedule, if you guys haven't noticed by now, is Monday is like whatever the release is. Wednesday is This Week at Tate and Yoko, and then Friday is the live stream. So 3 videos a week. That's our routine.
But this coming Monday we won't have a video because we don't have a release.
Yeah, but it'll be the spring summer.
Right.
Yeah. So and then after that it'll be a little bit quiet for releases until January.
Yeah, to be fair, we do have a couple that's not scheduled.
Yeah,
that was in fall winter 23 collection. So they will be released
in the new year
at some point.
Yeah. There's the black comfort, the all black comfort stretch.
That'll be January.
Yeah, and then the gradient denim. Yeah,
which we don't know when.
Yeah, we still gotta take pictures and all that kind of stuff. So it's in the works. Venom Steady says, can't wait to see the new collection. Well, I can't wait for you to see it too. Liz writes, love my True Guys. I'm so hyped for more releases. I have a hard time finding a straight leg with a rise that I like. Well, you'll soon be able to get our entire core collection in the True Guy, as well as every new release. Fall Winter 23 was the last year that not everything came in True Guy. True Guy was a new addition for 2023. Jeez. And then starting 2024, everything will be available in the True Guy. Absolutely everything. Can you believe it's already the end of 2023? We're really getting there. You can believe it.
I can believe
All
it.
right.
I've been thinking about that for the past month. It's like, wait, this year's over.
To me, it's like 2019 till now is like...
To be fair, 2023 was the first year I felt like it's completely back to normal.
Right.
So I feel like, this is literally like 2020.
Right. Yeah, it's what we expected at 2020. So we should just delete those years, eh?
I guess
just
so.
Click delete 2023. Let's just rename the years, and then I'll be younger again. Great. Rice W5 writes, Knives, can you get some UK legal EDC to the UK retailers? I don't know what is legal in... To be fair... Oh, EDC, so everyday carry. Like, the knives that we make are... We can ship them to the UK, and you can own them in the UK, but I don't think you can carry them as a everyday item in the UK. It's kind of like you can't... Like, the knives that we make, you can't carry them around with you day to day in Japan. But in Canada, they are. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they are. I carried a knife every day in Canada. I don't think it was illegal. Never had a problem.
Well, it's not like they always check your pockets.
That's true. But if you are involved in a crime and you happen to have a knife on you, then they'll stack the charges on you.
Right.
So don't... Hey, pro tip. don't do crimes. Just don't do them. Avoid crime.
Avoid crime.
Yeah, if you take one thing away from this live stream today, don't do crimes. Just be on the right side of the law. There you go. Okay. Roto Mo writes, are Naked and Famous sold in Colombia? Not presently. In fact, we don't have any retail partners south of Mexico.
In South America.
Yeah, in South America. Your best bet is to shop with Tate and Yoko. We ship internationally. So just make sure you pay attention to your measurement guides, and you'll be okay. In fact, I was just thinking back to the UK. I had a customer this week, a great email, and they were from Scotland, and they were having trouble finding our jeans, and they wrote a story, an email, just kind of about their gripes not being able to get everything that they want, and I let them know that Canada and the UK actually have a free trade agreement. So when the UK left the EU, because Canada and the EU have a free trade agreement, that the UK and Canada just basically said, okay, that same agreement that we had with it was called CETA, let's just do our own and just copy it and paste, boom. And so there was never even like there wasn't a hang up. So when we ship to the UK, so if you're a UK customer, you get your packages from us duty free. You still have to pay sales tax, so that's and you'll get a small charge for brokerage fee. So like that's customs clearance. Some people think that you're going to get this bill and that's import duty. It's not import duty. Import duty is a separate tax. VAT is your sales tax. So like when you go to the store, you pay sales tax.
Paying on that regardless. It's just that the payment is not collected at checkout for our store, that it will be collected at arrival. And because FedEx does the, on behalf of you, they pay that tax so that the goods can come into the country and be delivered to your door. So it's a service they provide, and you have to pay for that, which, some people don't want that, but you also don't want to go to the customs office and clear your package yourself. So
technically you can clear your own package. It is not a fun process, and it's probably not worth the $20 that you have to.
Not even $20. I think it's like 10 or 15, maybe 10 US, 15 Canadian or something like that. It's definitely worth paying, and again, the sales tax you can't avoid. So
So just don't get those confused that if you get this bill from FedEx when your package is delivered, why did I have to pay duties? You didn't. You're paying sales tax. And if you have a problem with it, just write to your local minister, and I'm sure they'll get back to you real fast about the importance of that.
And if you're in America, you don't really have to worry about any of that.
With America, if it's made in Canada, there's no duty, and if it's under $800, there's no duty. So
you guys usually covered. And I think we ship, even if it's more than 800, we ship them in a way that we take care of those bills.
So America, feel free to shop. The rest of the world, feel free to shop. Know your free trade agreements. If you are under the CPTPP, so a lot of Asia, also we ship Canadian-made goods to your country. If you're in the CPTPP, goes in duty-free. Where else does Canada have free trade agreements? They're kind of sporadic all over the place. But there's a good if you're watching this, there's perhaps a good chance you too have a free trade agreement with Canada, and the made in Canada goods that we make will arrive to you duty free. So there you go. Mr. RV writes, nice hair.
Thank you.
Risa had a recent hairdo.
Yeah, I don't know. The first week or so, I'm always not sure if I like my new hair or not. So I'm still in that phase.
Right. It'll get there. I think it looks nice.
Thank you.
Stephen McDowell, Naked and Famous samurai sword when? Probably never.
We're gonna have that.
We'll make hockey sticks before we make samurai swords.
Likely. We made just hockey gloves already.
Yeah, Brandon told me that the gloves arrive today. Those hockey gloves that I previewed. He didn't send me a picture, but yeah, I think I previewed them last week. I don't know, the photos on my phone somewhere, but
I think we showed off, didn't we? We talked about it.
We talked about it. I had some pictures on my phone that I just showed my phone on the screen, but I don't remember which chat program it was in now. Anyways, tune in to last week's one if you want to review that. But we'll have some information about those hockey gloves soon. We'll probably release them this winter still. So, yeah, I think there's only like 50 of them. Yeah. DC writes, Daniel Carman, denim hockey gloves. That's right, my friend. We got them. David Reyes writes, restock the Higo knife sheaths. I will let Brandon know. He handles the orders of those, and yeah, we'll try to get some more of those in. Oh wow, DC writes, Daniel writes, I gave him, Brandon, my denim baseball gloves back. I gave my baseball gloves back to Brandon this summer. Well, that's very nice of you. They're definitely hanging out in the archive. Daniel, we appreciate that. For those who don't know, Daniel here, DC, is the proprietor of Over the Rainbow in Toronto, the greatest city in Canada. I'm going to say it.
Not Montreal?
I'm from Toronto. I'm from Toronto. Toronto's a good place. Montreal's a nice place. Calgary's a nice place. Alberta's a nice place. Vancouver's a nice place. Napanee, Ontario is a nice place. Swift Current, Saskatchewan is a nice place. Regina is a nice place. St. John's, Newfoundland, you name it. It's all nice places. Toronto's a nice place. The nicest.
All right.
I don't know. You guys tell me. Which Canadian city is your favorite? I'm only asking Americans, by the way. Or non-Canadians. Which is your favorite Canadian city? And why? 200 words or less. Juan Puedo, just finished my workout while listening Road 210. So far down 25 pounds from 270. Juan Puedo, good for you. That is fantastic. That is some job you did there.
Pounds.
Yeah. I appreciate I hats off to you.
Yeah.
Spencer's mustache writes, current day Toronto is a mess. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I haven't been there in a while, but it is a nice place. I remember Toronto the Good. Toronto the Good. That's my memories of it. Joey Decay writes, I've only been to Toronto, so Toronto. Raphael MC writes, Toronto was my favorite. I'm from Mexico. Oh. There you go. Look at that. I've been proven right yet again. And the Wizard of 32 ounce, Garrett, manager of Tata and Yoko, is in the chat. Everybody say hi to Garrett. He's here to hang out with everybody. Mm-hmm. Where is the best brick and mortar denim retailer in Toronto? Well, there are so many great ones. Daniel, Over the Rainbow, is a fantastic one. They were in the Yorkville area, but now they're on Bloor Street at the Manulife Center. It's just like a 3-minute walk from where they used to be. Beautiful new store. It opened up mid-pandemic, which was a tough time, but they've got such a great retail location there. You've got Dutil Denim over on Queen Street West. You've got Gerhard out there in the Junction. You've got Muttonhead out in Roncesvalles. A lot of great retailers out in the Toronto area. If you are in the Toronto area, you got so many great places to find Naked and Famous Denim. I think it's our most stacked city as far as retail spread. Montreal, obviously, we've got Tate and Yoko, so you can find absolutely everything there. So you've got jeans. Boutique Archive. There's a lot of great places in Montreal as well to shop with us. Okay. Franz, bro, I received a mail from Tate and Yoko. I keep calling it Tate because I find it funny. Asking for my ID and credit card info. What was that? I just bought a pair of pants. Franz, we do that from time to time. So every now and then we ask for an ID check. We have our security system in place because I'm not calling you a bad guy, but there are bad guys on the internet. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys know, but there are a few bad apples that ruin it for the bunch, and our security filters, sometimes they're catching the bad guys, sometimes they're catching the nice guys.
There are check boxes that gets checked every transaction, and if enough of them
flagged,
got flagged, then we have to make sure that this is a good order, and this is really the only way we can do it. So like, I know if it's never happened to you, it might sound a little invasive, but we just want to make sure that we don't lose, because we do just in general, like we do lose a lot of money,
to fraud. It happens. But the things that we ask you for is literally information that we already have. But we are just in making sure that it is you who are making the purchase and not somebody else. Because it could also happen where somebody has taken your information, used it to make a purchase, and you don't want that to happen either. Mm-hmm. So those same things, I'm just going to, if somebody procures a credit card in a way that is not the good way, and starts using it from place to place, sometimes these shopping patterns will trigger, the credit card company to say, this is unusual activity, right? So those things can sometimes also trigger our system to say that this card it doesn't tell us that it's been used up and down the street, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the credit card company sends us a little warning saying, hey, there might be something here, so double check it. Because, some people think, retail theft and this and that. They got insurance. There's no insurance for this stuff.
Well,
right?
We don't insure each package because, if the package gets lost, there's some kind of little bit of insurance on it. But if it's a fraud, then that doesn't get covered by the courier. Yeah. And even with the courier, like we don't get the full amount back because in order to get the full amount back, you have to insure every package, and that's gonna cost us a lot.
So, but theft in general, like if somebody takes something from the store, whether it's physically or online, it is not something that we have that is covered under. Look, we do have insurance for the company, but that's not something. You're not going to do these claims because you get enough of these claims and they start driving up your insurance rates, and then you end up paying for that in the long run anyway. So these things you just eat it, and we have to be as careful as we can be, because it is a tough world out there. And speaking of tough world out there, I want to talk about.
Before we move on, just one quick tip about that. The filter picks up on it if you're using VPN and your billing address, shipping address.
Don't give them tips. But
it's
the bad guys might learn that.
But regular people
regular people will give their information when we check for it. Bad guys, we don't need to tell them how to avoid.
No, bad guy would still be filtered.
Sometimes.
I don't know. Yeah. It's just I think that's a good tip because you don't want to delay your order.
Yeah. You don't want to delay your order, but yeah. Anyhow. Okay. I want to get into the bad guy of the week because this one I was working on for a while because this was a bad boy. This was a very, very bad boy. And you know what happens to bad boys? We get them. Because when it comes to fraudsters, I'm like taken. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna get you and we're gonna win. And this guy tried to steal 3 pairs of JoJo jeans. 3 pairs. And you don't do that to Tate and Yoko. You just don't do it.
Especially JoJo, because everybody wanted these things.
Yeah. So this issue, hopefully you're watching, because I'm gonna tell you how I got you. Because this is a good one. And before everybody, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button because this is gonna be a good story. This is gonna be a great story. So,
forgot my coffee.
You forgot your coffee. Risa's gonna get her coffee. Get your coffees, everybody. Get your mug. Hopefully you got a Naked and Famous Denim mug. We're gonna talk about bad boys. So, look at that, Snoopy, cute Snoopy. So, Bad Boy decided to place orders from New York and Tate and Yoko. And this was a classic, I'm just going to use my credit card, and then I'm just going to say I never got the items. But that doesn't work so easily, right? So, place the order, Tate and Yoko. You know, JoJo was a 2-week release. Order from one store, order to the next store. We shipped everything. Everything was delivered. A couple weeks later, we get this chargeback notification. Didn't receive my goods. Says they didn't get them. What? It says that their credit card was used fraudulently. You know, as in somebody stole their credit card and placed this order. And I'm like, that's a little fishy for someone who's shopped at both stores, bought very exclusive jeans right at the moment that they came out. So of course you got to do a little background check here. You got the customer name, you got the address, and it took a little while because this guy was a little slippery snake. Couldn't find him online. Couldn't find his social media. Took a little while to find it, but then I found it because I'm a deep investigator, and so you find the. In fact, the first thing I did, you get the address, you find out who lives there. And there's all kinds of ways to look up background information on who lives at what address. And you learn that, and you look at this person, and you're like, that's probably a relative. Turned out it was. Then I find the person, find his social media, and I just have to make all these links. I have to make sure that the person who lives at that home is in fact a relative of this person. You know, they have similar last names, but that doesn't mean anything in this world. Maybe you sent it to somebody. You know, sometimes you have these addresses where they're like mules for this stuff. Like, you know, fraud gets sent out to these places. Am I talking about you, Matt Colt? Hopefully I'm not. Oh, well, hopefully I am. Don't do this again. If that is you. Anyhow, find out. Reach out to the customer. There's no response. You call them, hang up, blocked us on social media. We're just trying to resolve this situation with the customer. What's going on here? Did you not get the package? FedEx says you got the package. We got a picture of the package on your doorstep twice. What's happening here? No response. Well, you know who's going to respond? Dad. When you contact Dad, because we figured out that was Dad's house and he had just shipped the items to Dad's house, and we say in a little email, hey Dad, hey, sorry to bug you, but we think your address might have been used in a crime. And it turns out that a person under this name, I'm not sure if there's any relation, but if it sounds familiar to you, had shipped over $600 worth of jeans to your home, and it has done so fraudulently because we have this chargeback saying that this was a stolen credit card. Do you know anything about this? Yada, 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 yada. And, well, Dad finds out. By the way, I find Dad. Man, I'm really jumping all over the place. But I find Dad... because, you know, I did the research on who owns the home. I find Dad. I Google research Dad. Turns out he's on the internet. I found him. I found his email, found his company. Yeah. So as soon as I send Dad the email, guess who starts responding to us? Like, Son. Dad never writes back, but son writes back immediately because dad was like, what on earth are you doing this? This is unacceptable. Obviously, dad has a moral compass. So, kid, realizing that dad is going to do something to him unless he straightens up, writes back to us saying, hey, sorry, my credit card was stolen. And in the craziest story I've ever heard, and of course it was all lies, not only was his credit card stolen, the guy placed the order to his home, or his dad's home, in his size. Of course, this was all without him knowing. And not only that, but also filed the chargeback. So this, I don't know, is it this phantom person just happened to do all this on accident? I'm not sure. You know, it just happened to be his sizes and all the stuff that he wants. And I'm like, cool story, bro. Let's get those jeans back. Let's get them back so we can resolve this issue amicably. Because also at this point, I have a conversation going on with this customer via email. So if I have to, because when you get a chargeback, you have to deal with it with the credit card company. But now that I have him admitting that he has the jeans and he has everything in his hands, now I can say, hey, no, this wasn't a fraudulent order. Clearly, the cardholder has all the items. So it was like, you could either send them back or we could deal with the chargeback, and then you're just going to be stuck with that bill that you obviously don't want to pay because that's why you did the chargeback in the first place. So let's get those jeans back into our hands, and we just got them back. So there will be a couple of JoJo pairs going back on the website if they haven't already done so. But we got them. We got them. I feel like one of those presidents when they're like, you know, they got one of those bad guys. We got them, folks. And so don't be him and don't steal from us, because I will hunt you down and we will find it. And if I have to, I will contact your dad and let you know that you're doing illegal things. Also, I have to say that the return of the jeans also took a little while after they said that they were going to return them. And we had to follow up again with dad to be like, yo, your kid there's something going on here, because he said he's going to do it. He hasn't done it, you know. And you know what the other key is that because it was a cross-state sort of situation, not just from Canada, but from Tate and Yoko, this is a felony charge. So if we were to, you just got to throw that in there in the email and be like, look, we don't want to have to pursue this. We would like to do this, you know, between us so that we don't have to involve the law, because this is a felony. And so you throw the word felony out there, dad, felony, son, that's a no-go, usually. And so, jeans back to our hands. Don't try to steal from us. I will find you. And if I do have to press charges, I will. I really want to get a felony on... Oh, yeah, it's mail fraud. If it's cross state lines, it's mail fraud.
But it's not with the mail system.
It's still mail. Anyways, I'm not a lawyer, as you guys can tell, because I do this for a living. But for our lawyers out there in the crowd, that's a felony, right? Anyways, it doesn't matter, because we got the jeans back, and all we had to do was throw the word felony out in the email. We don't. This is a felony. You don't want that. McCult writes civil matter. Anyways, maybe.
No, I think it's criminal still, but yeah. I don't think it might not be felony.
Okay.
But if we shipped with like
USPS?
Yeah, I think it would be.
Oh, the American one was shipped with USPS. But it's not a mail fraud, it's a credit card fraud. Because they're not saying that they didn't receive the package. That's they're true. Saying yeah. So yeah. Let this be a lesson to you. Don't be a bad boy. Be a good boy and be a good girl. And don't steal. The Toaster Pilot writes, pretty sure it's insurance fraud. Yeah. Chum Yipso writes, go straight to jail. That's it.
Straight to jail.
Go straight to jail. I had a lot of that took months, by the way, from the release of JoJo's until like recently. We just got those back. It took a while, but I'm like, I spent way too much time on it. Definitely more time than the value of the jeans. But once I sink my teeth into these cases, I'm not letting go. You're getting caught. But yeah. The amount of like family research I had to do, I'm like, I knew your like entire family. The
amount of things that you can find online about a person from just a couple of information is incredible. Like obviously, like we don't do that unless it's an issue because it's a privacy matter and stuff like that. But it's crazy how much thing you can find out about a person on the internet. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah,
we do that with like randomly with certain orders when it's like flagged and whatnot, and it's just every time I'm just it's like I don't really want anybody doing that to me.
It is amazing. I mean, I knew where his parents, I knew where they worked. I knew his cousins. I knew everything.
I think in this case, like like we got lucky in a way that like some people in his family would
they're on the internet.
Like more of a public figure than regular people. But it's like regular normal family. Like I hate all of these information online.
To be fair, they used to be in the phone book. Yeah. But anyhow, it's on the internet now.
But like in the phone book, it ends at what information is in the phone book. And on the internet, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's a lot. Anyhow, that said, it was not nice to do that, and I'm glad that we were able to resolve the issue amicably. It was certainly a big waste of our time, and I hope that if you are watching this, don't do it again. And also, you're banned from all of our stores. So,
we get the jeans?
We got all the jeans back.
The inventory yet? Probably not.
I have to ask Garrett, but yeah, they came back. They're in the packages still, not worn, nothing. Yeah, wasn't worth it. It definitely wasn't worth it. Like I have to say that, like looking at the person's like online profile, I'm not gonna name or do any of that stuff, but like they looked like they were on their way to like, being a something. Like they were showcasing what they did on their social media, and I'm like, this looks like a person who doesn't want to get in trouble. They clearly have a path somewhere. And I'm like, what are you doing? This is really stupid.
To be fair, that person didn't get in trouble.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Than with his dad.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? Maybe that'll keep him straight. Maybe that's enough. Hopefully. Anyhow, that's the end of that story. It was a fun one, and we got him. Tova Cobra, this would make for an interesting documentary. I swear that the Tate and Yoko life, we have This Week at Tate and Yoko, but there's enough, there's a lot of crappy reality TV shows out there, but like the day-to-day operations of Naked and Famous Denim, Tate and Yoko, could fill comfortably a reality show. I think there's enough drama day-to-day that it could be interesting. And it wouldn't have to be fabricated. Oh, yeah, it'd be great.
There is no screaming and people crying, and those things are necessary for a reality TV show.
I guess so.
There's not that much drama. At the end of the day, it's just pants.
It is just pants. But still, I think we have... Anyway, TLC, if you're watching, which I know you are, producers of all those fine programs, give us a call. We'll do a show. Okay. Let's see here. Rice W5, I could never wear stolen jeans. I'd feel like scum, but different people have different morals. Michael Martin, stolen jeans would be quite uncomfortable. Right. McCult, great story. I'm placing my order right now. You're not the guy. But yeah. Okay. What do we got here? This would be the best episode of Forensic Files ever. I think there's probably better forensic analyses than what I could have done with my little internet sleuthing, but still, it would definitely make for interesting content. A lot of people don't realize, how prevalent this type of behavior is online. I mean, we're a mid-sized, online store. I think apparel shop, I think we're doing pretty good. But we're not like Zappos or Nordstrom or, Amazon. We're not a giant company. They have entire teams dedicated to dealing with these problems. And I can only imagine how much scum they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis.
The thing I can say about that is that, like, now that, like, because we didn't always, like, even talk about chargebacks because that's, that's just, giving people advice, like you said. But I think the current state is that everybody, like, because people just, like, companies sided with the consumer because that's just how things were. But nowadays it's not always the case. People do see that, like, just bad people taking an advantage, and, like, that's not just a small matter where, like, companies are not hurt. Like, real companies are hurt by all these, individuals who are doing things like that. So, like, I think enough, of these happened that people are just like, okay, enough, and let's just make sure that they decide fairly and they look into things. Yeah. I think the filtering system has improved also. Yeah. So it's not. I don't think it's as, like, we did, like, just caved to these people for a while as a society, but I think things are turning back. The
pendulum is swinging big time. Yeah. Like, these online marketplaces, they've got big databases of who their troublemaker profiles across. You have to understand that, like, the platform that we use for our online store is the platform that, like, probably most businesses use for their online platform. So whether you've bought from my store or some other store around the world, your profile exists in their system, right? Yeah. I only see your profile in terms of, like, what you've bought on our website, but they have your profile in terms of what you've bought on every website, and they know if you're a problematic person, if you're filing chargebacks, left, right, and center, they're gonna know, and there's gonna be a time where you're just banned. Like, they will just ban you. And that day is coming. One time I saw on, Xbox and Steam. So these are, like, online game marketplaces. Mm-hmm. And I was reading about, like, how they deal with this. And you know what they do if you've filed a chargeback on them? They delete your account. So, like, your entire game library, see ya. Bye-bye. And it's like, what are you going to do? Nothing. Like, there's nothing you can... Go ahead. Try to fraud us. You're going to play yourself. So I wouldn't recommend you trying that with Steam or Xbox because you will have a bad time, especially if you have a decent game library built in there. But the other thing that's going to happen, and this is for sure going to happen, I remember, back in the... I don't know. Amazon still probably has this in Seattle, but I remember when they just opened up their, like, self-checkout store where you tap your phone to check in, you grab whatever you want, and then you walk out. Well, I never thought that technology was, like, I never believed that Amazon was trying to develop stores. I just believed that they were trying to develop the technology that they would then sell to stores. And that's definitely what's going to happen. Like, you're going to, I think that in the next 10 years, you're just going to see this come everywhere, where whether you're walking into Walmart or whatever, you're tapping in. You have to be a member of the store to shop.
And then we're going to circle back to Black Mirror episode that everybody remembers where you
got us like a social credit kind of situation, which is a little scary.
Which is extremely scary.
But that's what's going to happen to a lot of these stores because, you see what's happening to them and you're going to have to tap in and either you pay for it as you walk out or if you stuff it in your jacket, they're going to charge you or they're just going to say, hey, police, that belongs to this account.
Well,
they'll have all the facial recognition going. You can't even walk into any of their stores. It'll be over.
Then it will be over. Then, the society would be just like that scary, episode of Black Mirror. But I think, it's just, I don't think it will get to that point anytime soon. It's just, I feel like there's still humanity in people left that we don't let it get to that point. We don't necessarily need that system.
Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Definitely
but
not.
I know that it's coming.
In smaller way, it might be coming.
Yeah. They'll sell you on the convenience of it, and a lot of people are gonna be like, yeah, this is great. I'm not a thief. It doesn't bother me.
For a while, in our we don't really watch TV, so we subscribe to little news channels on YouTube, and the channel we subscribe to is just clips of one story at a time.
It's like Japanese news.
And for a while, there were every day there was a thing about this person stole from no person of stores, and it's just they don't have the Amazon technology there. They're just owner system basically.
Trust system.
And they were just stealing, and it's just okay, this I feel like this is a somebody making a statement. Don't have a non-person store. You cannot do that.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Like a warning sign.
Yeah, there's a couple of there's a thrift stores here every now and then, these little ones, and it's they're unmanned. It's just, this is the store, the price tag's on the garment, and we expect you to pay when you leave, and they're 24/7. So
yeah, I mean, it's not just clothing. One of the stories that we saw was of the clothing store, but it's anything, any kind of store.
But there's also,
especially in the countryside, there's not enough people. There aren't enough young people to hire at minimum wage or whatever. So these kind of make sense. I think they still do make sense, considering Japanese police still goes after him. If you continuously stole and you have a video footage, they don't have anything better to do.
They got nothing better to do.
They would be okay, this is a crime. We're gonna go after this guy. That one clip of the clothing store, there were 7 police officers that showed up, and it's this is insane.
Yeah. And there's all kinds of fruit stands and vegetable stands that are just the fruit.
I think that exists in the West too, right?
Does it? I don't think so. No. There's just these fruit stands, and it's just take what this is what
the prices.
Yeah, these are the prices, and just put in the box
that is semi-secured.
It's not even secure. It's just here's a jar. Put the money in the jar.
No, but I've seen one of those things where it's kind of
a mailbox kind of thing.
Locker, public lockers where you only get the key once you can only turn the key once you put in a coin or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, it's quite amusing here how they deal with it, because petty crime, and it's not petty. I'm just calling it, I'm just calling it that, will be on the news here. It's just this person stole from a grocery store, and it's I kind of appreciate a bit of the shame culture here, because it just keeps, it's it's you don't want to end up on the news for stealing something small. It's just it's not worth it. Don't do it. And so it just helps kind of keep people in line. I wish there was a little bit more of that, but anyhow, I will turn lemons into lemonade. If we have to deal with a problem, at least I can give you guys a good story about it. There's some value in that. There's some value in that. So there we go. Nighthawk 1097 filling in for BD right now. He's playing the producer. Hit that like button, everybody. If you enjoyed that story, if you don't like criminals, hit the like button to show those bad boys how you really feel about them, and they'll feel publicly humiliated and hopefully turn over a new leaf and do good from now on. Let's hope for that by hitting that like button, everybody. Okay. Adam Brown writes, Hail adventurers, I'm kind of new to this raw denim thing. I just received my 15th anniversary True Guys and I'm totally lost. Do I wear them right out of the bag or do I soak them? Well, that is a great question. Guys, gals, here's what we do. If you want to wear them right out of the bag, you do it. There's no shame in that game. You can wear it. You can enjoy it right now. Wear it as crispy and crunchy as you like. But if you find them to be a little too crispy, a little too crunchy, put them in that bathtub. Put them in the sink. Put them in a bucket. Soak them. That removes the starch that is keeping those jeans crispy. And then they will be a little bit more comfortable to wear right off the bat. They'll also probably be a little less slippery. Sometimes whenever I'm breaking in a new pair of jeans, and I remember especially, on the bus or the metro, on the subway, and you're just slipping off those chairs because it's just those plastic chairs. They're a little less slippy. So that's it. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but that's what happens when you do soak or wear your jeans raw when you get a new pair. Okay. Patrick Sanchez writes, did anyone ask if Bahzad and Risa are participating in Indigo Invitational? I'm not, but I'm supporting everybody's efforts. Risa is undecided at this moment.
No, I'm not, because I don't have jeans to do it. It's the January, right?
Yeah, we could get you jeans by then.
Really?
It's up to you. I'm breaking in my dirty fade, so I'm committed to wearing these right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me think about that.
Okay. Risa's thinking about it. Okay. Let's talk about 15th year anniversary. Because for those people who may have missed it, you've got a chance left. There is a chance. Let's go over to the browser. Erostika in Japan. They are releasing their batch, which wasn't very many. I think maybe 20 pairs or so. Something 25. Like that.
Only in Weird Guy and True Guy fit.
So they are coming out today in Japan, which is Saturday, December 16th at
6 p.m. online. 12 p.m.
Japan
in
time.
Store. If you're in Japan, if you're in Tokyo, you can visit their store starting 12
at noon.
At noon, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you are elsewhere, you can't visit the store, then starting 6 p.m. Japanese time.
Yeah.
So
which is like 4 a.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
They'll
a tough
put it
one.
Online.
Yeah. So that's a tough one for some of y'all. But that is the schedule for Erostika. And they're going to release the posters and the jeans. Mm-hmm. Right. And they received 100 of the like brown variant and then 50 of the green variant. So if you missed, you get another shot. You get another shot at them. So that's some 15-year anniversary updates for you. There you go. Patrick Nitty writes, I have the Dirty Fade Strong Guys. They're my favorite jeans ever. I want to get into a pair of Strong Guys. I have a pair of, what do I have? Nightshade Stretch Selvedge Strong Guys, but they're like a size 30, and they're a little too small for me now.
Well, we added like a bunch of Strong Guy fits to fall 2024 collection.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot more seasonal Strong Guy maybe for a while.
Right.
As long as they're doing well.
Yeah. There will be. Ignore the light blasting my face. It's just our setup.
It's hard to do it when you point it out.
No. Now you should ignore it. But you're right. Okay. We had a question in the chat. John Chan writes, what's their website address? You want to go to Erostika.net. My internet is working as it does right now, a little slow. But this is their website, and then they have an online store here somewhere. Anyways, it'll load. My internet's slow. Doing streaming right now, so it's definitely not as fast as it should be. But that's the website you want to go to, Erostika.net. You can find the 15-year anniversary stuff. You can find posters. They got all kinds of fun things. He just did the artwork for Killer Condom. So that's there's a Blu-ray. So that artwork is on the Blu-ray that just came out as well. Did we order that for the store for Tate? I don't remember if we did.
No.
No. Okay. Anyhow, check it out. Good old folks at Erostika. McColt writes, got my True Guy Black Cobra, and I love them. Good man. I'm glad to hear it. 799 writes, I popped in the New York City store this week. Any idea when they'll receive the Strong Guy restock? They weren't sure. I did a restock for them just a couple days ago on Tuesday. It got packed up. It's going to leave. It probably already left our warehouse. So perhaps next week or the week after. We have to send it in batches because they can only receive a certain amount of boxes at a time. So sometimes, if I'm sending like hundreds of, like I just did a giant restock, so there's hundreds of jeans on their way, but it has to kind of be shipped out little by little, just because the way FedEx delivers in the city, they can't deliver more than a certain amount of boxes, and it's a little annoying. But stay tuned. On the New York City website, we do have a back in stock notifier. So let's go to the website. So if you see something that you're interested in, for example, let's go to the latest arrivals. Here, 15-year anniversary, just as an example. If something is not in stock, it'll say sold out, and there's notify when back in stock button will pop up. It's a little bit different than the Tate and Yoko one, but it works just the same. So just enter your email, and then we'll notify you when that particular item comes in. So if there's a Strong Guy that you're looking for, just click on the Strong Guy collection. You can see a lot of stuff sold out right now, but a lot of stuff is coming back very soon. So just click on that style, click on the sold out size. That pop-up will show up at some point. There you go. And then click on that, and then you'll know when they've been restocked. When you see it online, it's been restocked in stores. So you can give them a call. Maybe they can put a pair aside for you, or just head on down, and you'll be able to try them on when you like.
That's a good question. Did we make the Belle Provence jeans in True Guy?
No, True Guy wasn't a thing yet. So I have to see if we have any fabric, and maybe we can add a True Guy or a Strong Guy in La Belle Provence, the Montreal exclusive edition jean. Vincent's favorite jean of the year. Although it was a last year release, not a this year release.
Yeah. Speaking of which,
let's talk about our favorite jeans of the year. It's been a long year. It's been a long road.
Long year.
So
I wonder if we can count how many jeans we've released.
Somebody in the chat's going to do that because I cannot do that. There was a lot of jeans released this year. I think the most jeans we had ever released in any year, I feel like every single week this year there was a release. And there's 52 weeks a year. Mind you, some weeks we had multiple pairs.
Yeah, and some weeks we didn't have any release. But I think in general, it will probably have averaged out to
50. High 40s. There were a lot of jeans this year. It was a lot of work. I don't think I work hard, but this was probably the hardest we've ever given it, because good lordy lord, there was a lot of releases this year. And let's head over to the website. I'm just on the blog. So if you ever want to see the archive of Naked and Famous, this is kind of where you want to look. So last year, we ended off with the blanket line. So let's go over one page. We start the year with the Okayama Spirit, the MIJ10. That was a great way to kick off the year. I'm going to put that, if I'm going to go top, I can't give you my just top number one. If I'm going top 5, that's in my top 5. Okayama Spirit, MIJ10, top 5. We also added it. We didn't add this one in the True Guy, but the next batch will have True Guy.
Yeah, so MIJ10 will be back sometime next year. And they would have all 6 fits of MIJ, which is Super Guy, Weird Guy, Easy Guy, True Guy, regular denim jacket, classic denim jacket, and heritage denim jacket. Yeah. So 6 items. Yeah.
So there's a lot of options there. I think the classic dark indigo, the heavier weight, the slubbiness. If you're gonna have one jean in your wardrobe, just one, you cannot go wrong with that one. It's especially with the MIJ details, it's just chock full of action. One of the best jeans that we've ever produced, and I think contender for jean of the year. It's at least in my top 5.
Okay, let's review some more.
All right. Chinese New Year. This was the first time we updated the fabric. So this is a new fabric on a annual release that we do. Right. So that's always a fun one. Lightweight recycled denim. This was we've done recycled denim before, but this was the first time we did it in the lightweight version. So this was taking old denim, shredding it up, and mixing it with new cotton to make a new yarn. So that color was not derived through dye, but through mixing, dyed fabric with new cotton to create a cotton that has a little bit of color in it, makes them look stonewash. I think a really, really cool fabric. Hard and soft. This was a blend. It's kind of now that I look at everything, I'm just remembering all the details. Yeah. Hard and soft was a hard twist exterior. So the hard twist of the yarn gives it like a more like jiggity kind of scratchy feel on the outside, and then we used like a Texas, if I'm right, we used the short staple cotton on the outside and a long staple cotton on the inside. So soft on the inside when you feel it, the weft was nice and soft, and then you get that rough, coarse texture on the outside, which will give you nice, sharp fading lines when you wear it. Hard and soft Selvedge. I think an underrated jean of the year, but I think a really, really nice one. We introduced the mugs. That was kind of a long time coming. You guys knew our love for milk glass and milkware, so we are glad that we could introduce these guys to you. And we restocked those recently. Am I gonna go through every detail? Maybe that'll be that
would be too much.
It'll be too much.
Quickly.
Kimono, double dirty fade, 18-ounce big slub. We got the MIJ 11s, the Kakishiru.
Very, very limited. Yes. Very rare. Yeah. Very expensive, but it was one of those things where okay, we have to make it.
Right. Top 5. Yeah, that's top 5.
We're coming out with, we were choosing one, right?
Yeah, we're gonna choose.
We each choose one. You guys can do the same too.
Okay, what else
did we skip anything?
No, not yet. No, that was the top. Then we got the Elephant 11S Stretch Edition. That was the second edition of the Stretch. Great fabric, great jean, heavyweight. It's the last Elephant Stretch for a while, maybe. We'll see. When I mentioned that it was the last, and everyone's like, no, you got to keep it going. Anyways, we will see. Midnight Slub Stretch, a great addition to our Slub Stretch fabrics. This one, the organic.
I'm wearing that today.
Yeah, Risa's got them on right now. A great jean. Really, really nice jean. Great addition to your indigo wardrobe. A lot of people, I think it took a couple of years for people to warm up to this color, but I think it's now very much a staple in most people's raw denim wardrobes. I'm glad that we're doing these, ecru natural color options. New Frontier, rinse wash, comfortable, vintage. Unsanfrized rinse wash. Really, really nice fabric here. That one's just plain fun. Very, very different.
Kiko was also a very, it sold out instantly. Yeah. I don't know if it was instant, but it was very popular. Yeah. Way popular than
we expected. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those really
It's debatable if this is denim. You can debate that, but it was a very successful jean in our collection.
And then, so I guess July 28th is where we ended spring-summer 23. And then I guess a month later, we jumped into fall-winter 24. Herringbone denim. Yeah, 23. Wow. Herringbone denim. Sea Island cotton. This one caught a lot of people by surprise. This one sold really well. Luxurious cotton.
Yeah. Nice touch, nice look.
Yeah.
We actually don't do that many of these look where you really, it's kind of I don't know what the word is. It's got the luster.
Yeah.
And also very, very deep indigo. Right. Don't see the grains at all.
Yeah. This was a very luxurious jean.
Yeah.
And those who got it noticed it. It was very noticeable that this was not a typical raw denim jean. You picked it up, you're like, there's more. If you didn't know nothing about denim and you picked this one up and you compared it to any other raw, you'd be like, there's something going on here. And I like it. Very, very nice jean. Elephant 12, of course, our elephant series, always very, very popular. Big slub, broken twill, Selvedge. Big slub, broken twill, Selvedge. It was a combination of details that you really don't ever see. I've never seen that combination before. Heavyweight, big slub, broken twill. A lot going on there. I think if you got a pair, you're definitely enjoying them. Juan Puerto writes, yeah, that Sea Island cotton is pretty darn nice in hand. I think so. I think a lot. Definitely, people noticed that one when they got their pairs. Sumi Inc., a revival of a classic Naked and Famous denim style. What I like about it, who picked it? Martin, I think, picked it.
Martin.
What's his name? Sorry, we have a new guy.
Oh,
Maxime. Sorry, you know what? My apologies if you're watching, because also in the morning meeting last week, I called him Martin. I'm like, no, Maxime. My bad. My apologies. He picked this one, and what I like about this denim is that you don't have to pick between indigo and black. You get both. Right, it's a black jean and then it's an indigo jean. It's kind of a little bit of both. So in terms of colors that you can wear it with, especially once it's faded, it still has a blackish tone. It's still blue. It actually ends up being quite versatile.
Yeah, and it's so cool to have sumi dyed. The sumi actually is a coating, so it's not dyed in sumi, but yeah, it's cool.
It's a really cool jean to have. I'm putting that in my top 5 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're rounding out. Camel slub. Like the fall version of the ecru, basically.
Yeah, but it was very slubby, and it's nice. It was very that flasher says it all. It was very desert
themed.
Yeah.
Okay, green cast.
That was a great fabric too.
This one's in my top 5 also. This is a top 5er. Green cast, slub, stretch, Selvedge. We didn't make too much of this.
No, it's not stretch.
Sorry.
It's the same fabric as the MIJ 4?
3. Yeah. So this was the revival of that, but sanforized. Green tone, excellent denim.
Nappy. It's got character.
And then JoJo.
Yeah, we had 6 jeans in this.
This was a 6 jean release. It was in 2 weeks. This collection flew. This was just so much work coming together, a community-driven release. You guys asked for it. We made it happen. And it was, from inception to release, it was a little over 2 years in the making. And, if you've been watching our live streams, you got to watch it grow, from each and every step and every, delay that we had to go through.
Basically 2 years, everybody was asking when are they coming out, when is JoJo coming out. It's kind of funny.
Humongous relief off our shoulders to get these out. And, we're so glad that everyone enjoyed it. Everyone liked it. It's sold out. And there's little random pairs here and there. People tried to steal some. You guys heard all about that. Don't steal. JoJo. It's hard. It's like if I put this in my top 5, it kind of needs its own category.
Well, you have to pick one out of JoJo.
No, I'm putting the whole collection in the top 5. Have I picked 5 jeans yet? I might have already. I don't know. Done it. It's hard. If I'm gonna pick my favorite one of the JoJo,
Jotaro.
Yeah. Yes.
Giorno.
But I like Giorno.
Yeah. I think my favorite.
Okay. Wait. Here's why I'm not gonna pick Giorno. Here's why. Because Elvira. They're both purple wefts. And if I had to pick one, somebody's like, you pick one or else, something bad's going to happen. I would pick Elvira. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So because what's your favorite of JoJo?
That's my favorite of JoJo.
Okay.
That's my favorite of JoJo. But if I had to pick one, I would pick Elvira. Look at this great job that Garrett did with the photos. What a talent. Beautiful photos here. What a beautiful denim as well. I should have kept my pair. We had the sample sent over here. I sent it back. I should have just kept it.
Although our sample didn't have...
our sample did not have that. That's true. What a great pocket bag. Great release. I think everybody got to enjoy these. And they went fast. Man, this season there was a lot of it went fast, and these really did not disappoint. So Elvira's up there for me. Look at all the special editions that just came out in the last 2 months. JoJo's, Elvira, Raised by Wolves. This was another great one. Vulgar Selvedge. We love our Vulgar Selvedge. Now we did it again with Raised by Wolves with their signature F off. Right on that Selvedge ID. If it'll load, maybe, there we go. Bang. You got it right there. Great fun to work with our friends at Raised by Wolves, and the chore coat did well. Chore coats have been selling really well this year for us. Yeah, this is up there. Definitely up there as far as releases. Army HBT, great. One thing about this jean, it sold well. I actually wear the chore coat almost daily. This is my fall. In the summer I was wearing the Blue Jay Selvedge chore coat. That was my pretty much everyday jacket. The Army HBT chore coat is my everyday jacket here right now. Some people got upset by the background. And people were like, why do you have bullets? I'm like, they're not bullets. They're casings. But still. It's the Army. And we've got guys at Tati and Yoko. They're sport shooters. That's where we got all this stuff from. They enjoy the sport of shooting.
Everything is controversial.
Yeah, everything's controversial these days. I didn't think that this would be, but anyhow, it managed to find a little bit of controversy here and there. Anyways, you know how I feel about that. Joy Decay writes, bullets are cool. Bullets are cool.
Just because you skipped over it, kimono print. Selvedge, right. This was also a good repeat. It was the repeat of the concept. It wasn't the repeat of the fabric.
Yeah.
But
and Risa designed the pattern on the inside, so it's a combination of 4 different kimono patterns.
I think it was 3.
3.
But yeah.
Well, whatever the number was, Risa put them all together seamlessly, and I think it looks fantastic. A great release.
Yeah, I really like how it came out.
Yeah. King of Sub 2. Big release in a lot of ways because it is a big, heavy, hefty jean. Definitely impressive. It's up there. Mm-hmm. That was Terry's pick of the year. Everything is going to my top 5. You're asking me to pick children here, guys.
Yeah.
And nobody's actually asking. I'm forcing myself. It's not loading, but you guys can visit the website. You know what it looks like. And then that brings us to the Black Friday releases. We had, did I put it here? Maybe I didn't. But we had that whole collection of all those, the snowy denim, the Matsuri denim.
Copperhead.
Yeah, Copperhead. Let's see. They're all pretty much sold out now. But
yeah, Copperhead sold
a little bit here.
Dead stock
black. Almost gone. Yeah, turmeric re-release. But yeah, the Matsuri and the snowy denim. Let's look up snowy because everyone loves snowy. That's not what I'm looking for. Did it come off the website already? Maybe we removed it because it was sold out.
I didn't, but maybe
it's possible somebody else did. Yeah. Let's check on New York. Maybe they have a snowy left. There we go. Search for snowy. We were on a search for snowy once. Here it is. What a jean. This one sold out pretty quick as well. You've got that Kasuri dyed yarn with the gray and the black, just like Snowy's wonderful little colorful stripes he's got. So
yeah, obviously this jean means a little bit extra special to us because it's based off of one of our
little
children.
child. So that was a big release for us this year as well. And then rounding things out, we've got the Naked and Famous Denim 15-year anniversary.
This disappeared, I think, faster than anything else. Like, JoJo went really fast.
Mm-hmm. Within the first minute of 15-year anniversary, most of it was gone. Mm-hmm. Literally, the first minute, the website was exploding.
Yeah. We could see how many people were on the website at the time of the release, and it was at the highest number. I think it was even higher than the JoJo, to be honest. Yeah. The JoJo we split into two releases, so yeah. This was very impressive.
Yeah, and then Pagoda, which just came out today, and it is the final new release of the year.
Everybody's favorite, natural dye, weft dye.
Yeah, rigid,
colored weft,
hefty. Yeah, this is a beefy boy. It's a beefy jean, and that beautiful dye on the inside. So, I'm sure I've lost count at this point. My top 5. There's a lot of jeans that I love. If I'm gonna go number 1 jean of the year, I'm gonna go MIJ 10. Okayama Spirit. I'm going with that one, even though I love so many. Mm-hmm. There's so many I love. I'm gonna go with Okayama Spirit, MIJ 10. Final answer. That's my jean of the year.
Okay, I am between 2. Okay, I'm gonna go with Sea Island Cotton because that was such a surprise to me. Because it was just like a, like 100% cotton, dark indigo by white. Very, I think it was like 13 ounce, something like that. Very basic jean. But it was just so special when we saw it. And this whole year, I think we've all like, for our personal journeys also, like we were kind of in search of better cotton. Yeah. Like cotton is a natural, good fiber. Everybody uses it daily all over the world. But there are special ones out there of the cotton variety. Yeah. And there's just so many like people involved in making cotton better. And I think we learned a lot about that this year, and that just kind of represents like our experience. Yeah. So I think that was a good jean.
Yeah. So, for many of you might know our work with Wonder Looper. So that's been hunting down interesting cotton. That has been our mission. And so some of that what we're learning from there is definitely seeping into the Naked and Famous Denim collections. You're going to see more of it. You're going to see even more of these rare cottons finding their way into the Naked and Famous Denim world. Yeah. So expect to see some fancy options there. And I'm just going to self-promote a little bit, but there's going to be a Wonder Looper live stream tomorrow same time. So follow us on Wonder Looper YouTube, and you can see us there. And if you haven't gotten your Wonder Looper, we proudly carry it at Tate and Yoko. It is selling fast. It is selling out. So get yours while you can. There you go. Little self-promo right there. Shameless self-promotion because I'm a shameless guy. BD writes, MIJ10 has treated me the best. They have broken in so well. BD has quite the collection this year also. I think a lot of you guys, picked up quite a few options from this year. Kenny Ingram writes, recycled kimono 100%. That's your pick of the year. Let's hear more about your picks of the year in the chats. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Melody Murray writes, do you have any spring 24 previews to share? We could get into that. We have been sharing them, but I think even better, let's wait till Monday, because Monday I'm going to be dropping out the spring summer 24 collection video. It'll have absolutely everything.
And everybody's going to watch it, and then we can discuss it next week in the live stream. And so that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, there you go. Chase Franson writes, what happened to the gradient denim? It's still coming. We just haven't scheduled a release for it yet. With our releases, there's a lot that is involved. So it's just we're winding down the end of the year here. We want to focus the rest of the year on holiday. So there's basically another week of pre-holiday sales, and then there's the end of the year sale. So we will have some promotions going on at Tate and Yoko and Naked Famous Denim NYC. You'll hear, in fact, by the time the live stream happens next week, the sale will probably be on. So that means I have some work to do. We're going to do the same thing as we did for Black Friday. That is on... I'm planning this right now, by the way. This is all off the cuff. You're watching it live happen in my brain. December 20th. December the 20th. Whatever promos we're going to do, they're going to be live on the website. So this is between me and you. Shh. Don't tell anybody, okay? It's a secret. Between me and you, the deals are going to be live. The products on the website, like the titles, will not change. So just like what we did for Black Friday, this is a invitation for you to take advantage before anybody else gets to take advantage. That said, Black Friday wiped out a lot of inventory for us. So there won't be as many items on sale, but we will have a similar promo that we did for Black Friday. So take advantage of it on the 20th in secret. On the 21st. 20th, secret. 21st, we will make the email announcement. We will make the Instagram announcement. All the titles on the product pages and everything will be updated to let everyone know that there is a sale happening. And then we will run that sale from the 21st all the way through until Sunday the 31st. Or forget it. We'll go into the 1st. January 1st will be the last day of the sale. Sure, something like that. Anyways, it'll be in the email on the 21st. But on the 20th, you guys go and you take advantage. It seems like a long time to run a sale.
Yeah, it is a long time.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Okay.
That's it. So next week, this same time, we'll be doing this live stream and we'll be talking to you guys probably about the sale that's happening then. So just be aware of that. That said, if you took our advantage already on Black Friday, these deals may not be new to you. But if there's something else that you came across, maybe you came across a little bit of holiday cheer in the form of cash money, you can spend it on Tate and Yoko. This is what Japanese money looks like, by the way. Fun fact about Japanese money is that it's almost never crinkled. It's always new. All the bills are practically... Well, that's because I creased it. But, like,
no,
that is a handsome-looking bill. They're always...
Yeah, there isn't, like... It's not the same as, like, American money where, like, you find just, this has been in the wash in somebody's pocket for 3 times.
Yeah. The bank, if the notes here are, like, worse than this, the banks just, they send them back to the mint or whatever. They shred them and they make new money. Like,
I don't know if that's how it works. Yeah. But we don't have too many of like old bills lying around.
One thing I don't like is that the money is not the same size.
Yeah, I think that's obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
It is a lot bigger bills too compared to American bills.
So the 50 is slightly smaller. I guess maybe if you're blind or something you can tell. But the Western money has the little braille on them. At least in Canada. I don't know about America. I don't feel like they do that in America. But yeah, I like money to be the same size. It's a little annoying when it's not. I'm a stickler for symmetry. I'm going to write to the Prime Minister here. Well, I'm sure they'll take care of that for me right away.
I think this is the first woman on the bill.
Oh, okay. Really?
I think they're making new bills. I think I heard that somewhere.
What did this lady do?
She's I think she's is she either a writer or some kind of scientist. I think she's a writer. I don't know.
What about that guy?
I don't know.
All right.
It's been on our 10,000 yen bill for as long as I remember.
Okay.
And
it's just some guy.
I don't know.
And on the back there, that looks like a rooster of some kind.
I think Phoenix.
A phoenix?
Something.
And then we've got, these look like some kind of beautiful flower.
Yeah, and we have the 1,000 yen bill also that are
more common.
And the guy on the 10,000 bill is a Japanese philosopher and writer.
All right. So he had some good thoughts, maybe. There you go. Nicholas Vilpu writes, I got a 500 yen bill. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know what's rare in Japan is the 2,000 yen bill.
Yeah, it's not rare because they give it out to like people.
Tourists.
Yeah. Like when you get a money like exchanged at even at the bank, but like if you do it at airport exchange places, they always give you 2,000 because nobody uses it in like regular daily life. So when you use that, like they always can recognize, this should come from somewhere else.
Yeah. The 2,000 yen bill is
it's kind of like $2 bill, but like not as like it's not a lucky charm or anything like that.
Yeah, I've never been given one here like
really
at a store
in the beginning,
or anything like that.
It was really in circulation. I just don't see that anymore.
Right. Is Vinny? What's Vinny doing in here? Someone says, "No one get Vinny in trouble." Vinny writes, "I take bribes in the form of Uber Eats." Just kidding. I don't think he's kidding, guys. I just don't think he's kidding. I think he's throwing it out there. But yeah.
The real question is, what kind of power does Vinny have?
Yeah. What are you gonna get, Vinny? You gotta tell us.
Bribing.
What does one get if they send you Taco Bell? What do they get?
Get like a credit in the song?
I don't know. Let's hear about it.
Maybe he can rap about you.
There you go. You're gonna get shot out in a Vinny rap. Austin Roller writes, Sidewinder Blue Hour collab is a favorite pick of this year. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, I almost forgot about that one. Well, I definitely did until you mentioned it. But there you go. There's another one. That's why we have the collective mind of the internet to remind us all. Whitney writes, Risa, what's that shirt you're wearing?
This is a very old shirt. You know how old this is? It has, I think it came from you.
Yeah.
But
the old, super old tag.
Oh, yeah. Wait, where is it? Here. So it was way before the current tag. There was another tag that was for shirts, like a beige base tag with a red maple leaf.
Yeah.
And this is even before that. So this is at least fact, like 10 something years.
This I will point out another interesting thing about this tag. This tag is so old that it says denim on it. Okay, so our shirts. This is a good story. It's a very good story. So this tag, which you would also find it on the early Naked and Famous Denim jeans, it says Naked and Famous Denim. But I remember this happened when we were at Barney's, and we were meeting with the buyers. We were in Manhattan, and we were in the Barney's office. Very nice place to go. Actually, their offices weren't as cool as I thought they would be. It was very like very office, piles of paper, and like very busy looking office. I've been to other offices that are just like, wow, this place is amazing. But it was just, you're in, it doesn't matter. The office building was nice. It was Manhattan. It was cool. And we were talking about our shirts. I'm like, why don't you buy our shirts? And like, people don't like buying shirts from like denim brands, is what they were telling us. And so we're like, well, what if we took denim off of the label? Oh, that could work. That could work. I'm like, no, and I'm thinking to myself, like,
nobody's paying attention.
Yeah,
like our logo has denim in such a small font that nobody's reading that.
Yeah. So at one point, just to appease Barney, so they would buy some shirts, we took the word denim off of the shirt labels, and they was just Naked and Famous. And I'm like, obviously, it made no difference in the sales of those shirts. But that's a little history drop for you. Naked and Famous denim history. Though, you know what? I have to say that we haven't done this kind of green tartan style in a while. And Risa's shaking her finger at me because I'm probably wrong. All right. Joey Decay writes, even the V in Latin is pronounced like W. In classical Latin, not elasticated Latin, though I know Latin. All right.
This is my other favorite shirt that I wear all the time. This is in women's fit, but this is like a much heavier version of this. I really do like this, green and blue tartan. So I got this one. And I think for men's, we only did this in work shirt.
I see. Right. Okay. We'll try to do some more of these. I wore this a lot. This was my shirt. Yeah.
This one I like because it's very light.
Yeah.
Whereas this one's more thick.
Yeah. Some random guy, Mandela Effect, Naked and Famous. Yeah. It's hard to remember everything. Like, I had a friend message me. It was Nick from Stridewise was messaging me the other day. And if you don't follow Stridewise on YouTube, you should. He's got great content. One of the pillars of the workwear, denim, boots, leather content guys out there, Stridewise. He was messaging me and he was asking me about like fabrics that we made, and he's like, have you guys done this before? And I'm like, I think we did. I'm like, I don't remember if that was, because I remember he visited the Montreal office and I'm sure Brandon showed him a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I don't remember if that was just a prototype, a sample, or if we like actually released it, if it was a small batch release. I'm like, I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. Like you can recognize it, but you just don't know how it came out.
Right. John Chan writes, I almost read that as John Cena. I'm like, whoa, John Cena's in the chat. I know he's watching, but he's probably not in the chat. John writes, how long have you both been living in Yokohama, and why not Tokyo?
Why not Tokyo? We've been living in this place for
almost
we moved in 2020 March.
Yeah.
So we have been almost a
4 years.
little bit less than 4 years. It wasn't a conscious decision. We didn't choose we want to live in Yokohama.
Yeah.
It's just the separation between Tokyo and Yokohama is very vague.
Yeah.
It's a continuous. It's not like we live in Yokohama, so we're we have to cross over a mountain to go to Tokyo or anything like that. Or we just a few stations over, it's already Tokyo.
Yeah.
Another thing is that my family is for generations we've always lived in the south part of Tokyo, southwest part of Tokyo. So it's just more the area wise, it's just more convenient for me because everybody else still lives around there.
Mm-hmm.
And by living outside of Tokyo proper, I think we saved a little bit of money.
Yeah.
On
Yeah, we got a definitely a bigger apartment than you would find
for this price. A Tokyo address.
Yeah.
Was I feel like
I still live in Tokyo.
Yeah, we're on the Toyoko line, so Tokyo, Yokohama. So for us to be in like central Tokyo, like Shibuya area, it's 20 minutes.
25 maybe.
Yeah, and to be in like, you know.
I mean, Tokyo starts way before Shibuya too. So
right. But yeah, we're talking like the middle of the action. So like 2 or 3 stops down, we're technically in Tokyo already. So
yeah, some people ask us that, and just like I don't know how to answer concisely, but it's just you don't really understand that it's a different city.
Yeah,
but it's not really.
It's kind of like Toronto, Mississauga. Like it's really Mississauga is a suburb of Toronto, but it's just a continuous.
Yeah, but it's even less. I feel like it's even less so because it's just like Yokohama is another city that doesn't like that's not dependent on Tokyo.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
It's like two major cities that are just generally like sitting next to each other, connected. So
yeah, but Mississauga is a big city too. It is the 6th largest city in Canada.
Right, but I feel like Mississauga is a little bit more of like because Toronto's there, the Mississauga developed whereas,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Jonathan writes, Brandon said on IG that gray jeans don't sell. How can that be? I find the most chic and versatile colorway, and the snowy denim is so dope. Okay. In general. Yeah. We've had gray jeans. We've had the gray Selvedge. We've had the black by gray Selvedge. We had a charcoal Selvedge at one point.
Meteor Selvedge, which actually might be coming back.
Whenever we do gray, like we have to do gray sparingly, because I feel like when we do a gray, then it sells because there's kind of like we haven't seen gray in a while. Mm-hmm. But whenever we've had gray as part of like core, early in Naked and Famous times, it sold really well. But then it just came to a point where it just sat there, right? No, it just wasn't doing it, right? And to keep it as a core product, like for us, a core product has to sell, like it has to really turn, right? Because it constantly has to be in production. So if it's not that kind of jean, it's not something that we can keep as a core item. So we'll do grays or that type of color seasonally, but it probably won't enter into the core equation. And even some seasons we might not even have a gray. Not every season is going to have a gray.
Yeah.
But look, I like it. It's just, when you look at the numbers, they speak for themselves.
I mean, if you think about your wardrobe or, whatever, like it's always blue and the next one is black.
Yeah.
And then gray would be somewhere in the middle.
Right. It's like blue, dark indigo for sure. Black is the second one. Gray might have been in there before, but these days I feel like ecru or like brown. Yeah. Like an army, like a duck canvas or an army green, like a green canvas, like something in there.
Yeah.
Is kind of taking over the number 3 position for like the other jean color that you need to have.
Yeah.
And then gray is probably like a 4th in there. Mm-hmm. You might end up owning like a natural seed and then some kind of like army green or beige before you even get to the gray. Right. I'm not dunking on gray. I like gray. I'm just saying that like it's not as popular as it may seem. That being said, like this audience is also a different audience than the general audience, right? This is obviously an audience that pays attention and certainly puts a lot more effort into their purchasing decisions, whereas other people, a lot of people are just necessity shoppers. I need a new pair of jeans. These are the jeans I'm going to buy, right? To be fair, that's the vast majority of our customer base. The customer base is, I wear the weird guy, I wear them out, I get another pair, right? Or those are cool, but they're not in the chat. They're not they're not in the forums. They're not they're not that kind of person. Which I understand. That's not everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But yeah. Chris Griffin writes, because everything has been selling out, will you start making more than 300 of limited editions? Maybe. I mean, it all depends on the fabric. Sometimes the minimum for a fabric sometimes it's just based on that or what, you know, they have available to us in terms of like the yarn. Sometimes like custom yarns is like, here's all we can get, and then it's based on that. So it really, there's a lot of factors that go into like how much we make. 300 units is a pretty good amount. You know, I don't like 1,000 is probably too much for certain things. So, you know, you have to also understand, like, again, with our audience, like certain limited editions, like we make enough that like we feel like this is the devotee audience that's going to be into it. So, you know, we don't want to overstock, because then we end up in a situation where, you know, those items that the devotee really, really wanted and waited for and, you know, stayed up and, you know, got, and then, you know, you end up having too many and it's like, okay, well, they'll be on sale. And like, you know, you don't want to make that customer feel like, well, I should have just, you know.
I mean, ideally, we don't put anything on sale until like there are limited sizes left. Sometimes, so of course, like we have, you know, things that you know, that didn't move as much as we thought, or you know, it could be anything. But it's just we try not to make things that ends up on sale, for obvious reasons, and also we try not to. It's not like we're trying to keep everything like, you know,
super exclusive.
Yeah,
like, we
so
want
that
to
it'll
sell
out, but we you know, there's a limit to what we can. Sell.
It's hard to balance, and it's hard to know. There's no like there's kind of a science to it, but there's no way to really know, like, are you making exactly perfectly the right amount of jeans?
And we have to commit to it like a year in advance. So it's maybe not a full year, but like at least 6 or more months in advance. So we can't. There's things that we don't know.
And even then, I mean, like, you know, for however many pairs of like Elvira or like even JoJo jeans that we make, like, you know, once they're sold out, it's not like there's a flood of like, oh man, where can I get a pair? Where can I get a pair? Like, to be fair, we don't actually get that many requests later on after they've been released. Maybe people are like, oh, they're sold out. But like, generally, you can gauge like how much interest there is in something by how many like back in stock. Like when you sign up for that back in stock notification, like we look at it, we see how many people are still interested in this item. You know, to gauge like.
Akuma Denim was one of the top.
Akuma Denim was the #1 in history.
Yeah,
like
by far.
So when we re-released that as Trunks or as Jotaro, it's just an obvious like move, because that one was just such a flood of like, we need to have that one back. But you know, when you sell out of an Elvira, it's like, you know, there might be half a dozen like requests for back in stock, and so you can gauge, well, I guess that might have, however many released, it might have just been enough to, you know, satiate the community. Is that the right word? To fulfill the needs of the community. The Raven writes, how would you recommend I take care of the Higo no Kami pocket knife blade? Well, keep it clean. If you can, get yourself a knife sharpening block. You can find them on Amazon. It's kind of fun to sharpen knives if you learn how to do it yourself. If not, I'm sure there's a knife sharpener guy in your area who can help keep that blade nice and sharp for you. But yeah, it's get a knife block. You'll enjoy learning that skill. There you go. What?
Joy Decay says, I wish Snowy jeans had Snowy on the patch. I wish we made Snowy patches. We can make Snowy patches.
Yeah, we can. That's a missed opportunity for sure.
He's also always naked.
That's true. That is true. Okay. Guys, I want to jump into snack time.
Ooh.
Because it is time for the snack time. We've got a special one for you today. It's a little weird.
A weird one for you today. Okay, so Chipstar, as some of you might already know, that this is basically like a Pringles of Japan. We do have Pringles in here too, but it's like a Japanese brand who does chips in a tube.
Yeah.
And Milky is also another very old school Japanese candy.
Yeah, candy brand.
Yeah. It's like a soft, like a chewy candy.
Think Werther's like a soft Werther's, but milk flavored.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently they dunked Chip Star chip into a milky.
Yeah, it tastes like condensed milk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Condensed milk flavor. White chocolate, flavored with milky.
Yeah. So,
milky flavored chocolate. White chocolate covered Chip Star.
Yeah. So condensed milk flavored white chocolate covered potato chips.
Got the milky special. So the wrapper of milky is always this one.
Yeah.
Or it's just like a repeating pattern.
Yeah. And these were kind of pricey. These were like these were like $2.50 for this little package.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot in here.
No, not at all.
This is a weird way to. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay.
They're elegantly displayed. They smell white chocolatey already.
Yeah, very white chocolatey.
Yeah.
It looks thick.
Okay. Let's check that out. So, you've got chocolate coating on one side, potato chip on the other side. So it is pretty coated.
Yeah.
It's thickly coated.
Coated, yeah.
Okay.
All right. White chocolate. Oh. Not a good combination.
No.
Oh. It tastes exactly as I imagined it to be. But potato chip, because, we have the potato chip, chocolate-covered potato chips. And they're not usually that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
But this one is bad. I'm going to say it's bad.
Yeah, these are no good. These are no good. It's just such an odd combination of taste.
Mm-hmm. You don't taste, the potato chip is not very strong taste.
Yeah, it's not like it doesn't have a great salt flavored potato chip taste.
Yeah, I don't feel the salt at all. Actually.
And the condensed milk flavor just.
It's also very it's milky. You know, it's not very chocolatey.
Not very. Yeah.
It's not a good combo. Not at all.
These are bad. Wow. I'm going to have to give this a really, really low score.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what my low scored standards are. This is not disgusting. Like that, the beef soda, beef tongue soda was disgusting.
Yeah, you're right. It's not disgusting. It's not that level. Not good.
It's just not good at all. So I'm going to say 2.2.
I was going to give it a 1. Just a 1.
How did we rate the soda?
I don't remember, but that was probably under 1. This is a 1. I would not recommend. I would not. This is going in the trash. I mean, I'm not eating the rest of this.
I wanted to eat the entire thing, not because it was good, but I just wanted to make sure I get this right.
Right. I wanted to eat the second one just to make sure. But yeah, this is the second one. I had 2 chips. I had 1 chip, and then I'm like, all right, let's give it another chip. These are no good. These are at best a party trick. Like, hey guys, want to try something weird?
Well, they took our money.
Yeah, they got our money. The packaging is nice. I'll give it that. It's an interesting concept. I'll give it that. Execution, not great. Disappointed. So there you have it, everybody. Why does white chocolate exist?
White chocolate on its own is not bad. It's not my favorite.
I like white chocolate. I had a white chocolate Snickers the other day. It was great. I was a big fan.
I am more of a darker chocolate person.
Yeah, but that's the difference between me and you. Okay, everybody. We're gonna wrap it up right there. Chicka what? That was me rapping. Okay, I'm not a rapper.
Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. We're gonna wrap it up. It's been a great live stream, hanging out with all of you, helping us kick off our weekend, our Saturday morning here, Friday evening
back in the year.
Many of you. Hit the like button before you go. Let us know something. I don't know. I'm running out of words. We'll see you guys next time. Next week, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here. Same time, same channel. Do something nice for yourselves. Do something nice for somebody else. Get all your Christmas shopping done this weekend if you haven't.
We have 2 more stream left this year.
That's
I
it.
think that's it. Yeah.
That's it. So we're winding it down. We'll see you guys. Have a nice one. All right. Bye everybody. And wait, we'll see you on the Wonder Looper live stream tomorrow if you want to join us there. So there you go. All right. Bye, guys.